We're here at the SPIEL Game Fair in Essen 2009. Next to me sits John Weisman, and I will ask some hopefully interesting questions. Hello, please tell our audience who you are and what you do.
So my name is Jordan Weisman. I'm a game designer and then creator of many companies to create and publish those games.
You're also presenting your new game, Arcane Legions, here at the SPIEL. Can you tell us something about the game?
Yes, Arcane Legions is a new mass action miniatures game. It's designed to be played very fast so that you can have hundreds of figures on each side, but yet still be finished in about an hour. So we say giant armies bought cheap and killed fast.
That's a catchphrase. What's the background of Arcane Legions?
Arcane Legions, like many of my other games, Shadowrun or BattleTech, Crimson Skies, starts with a historical setting, and then I mess it all up. In the case of Arcane Legions, it's set at the time when Octavian went and crushed Cleopatra and Mark Antony. But in my version, a magic spell that Cleopatra has something to do with, yet to be discovered, brings about the raising of the armies of the dead, and so and the creatures of mythology. So it doesn't quite go as Octavian planned, and instead you have a mixture of historical characters with mythological characters set at about 39 BC.
Do you plan to make a role-playing game out of this also?
Right now, I think Wells Expeditions, our company, is going to publish it as a miniatures game, a tabletop miniatures game for the giant armies. But there has been interest from a couple of companies that do role-playing games to adopt the setting as a role-playing game. And I think we'll probably see that within the next year, 18 months.
What armies are available to the tabletop game?
There are three major factions of Arcane Legions. The first of the Romans, of course, led by Octavian and his mother, who is a sorceress, Atia. And then the Egyptians, led by Mark Antony and Cleopatra, which also includes all of North Africa and many other factions, including the Greeks, because historically Mark Antony and Cleopatra were both from Greece, and we're able to bring those in. And then the third faction is the Han, which is a combination of the Chinese and Japanese. In history at the time that Mark Antony and Cleopatra were fighting Octavian, about that same time there was according to the Han Chinese records, a sorceress princess named Miniko in Japan. And so that was a fantastic reference, and I took that and used her as a really wonderful character who then comes in and unifies Japan, and then gets into an interesting power struggle with the Emperor of China. And he tells her to take all of these arcane troops, all these magical troops, and go to the west and find out what changed the world. So she marches with her armies and meets in the Middle East with both Rome and Egypt in a three-way battle.
How do you build your army in your game?
What makes one of the aspects that makes Arcane Legions very unique is that it's based on a unit, and a unit has a collection of figures, up to 10 figures or so within a unit. How you position those figures in the base defines the capabilities of that unit, and you can reposition those during the game, reflecting that in real life a unit can do many different things based upon what orders you give it. And so we wanted to show that in the game. So as you move the figures in the base, a unit can go from being very fast in movement but having very poor defense to having very strong defense to having a lot of offense, depending upon how you position them in the base. And then you build your army out of multiple units. Each unit has a price, unit army cost, which then has to add up to the point total that you've agreed on with your opponent.
There was a lot of positive feedback from the first MechWarrior trailer for the new PC game and console game. What can we expect, and when can we expect this game?
Well, it was really great to see the response that we saw from that video. Piranha Games and myself worked on that for about 6 months, and really thinking about what we'd love to see that game become, and how to capture that. And that was all done inside of the game engine, that video. So it's what the game would actually look like. It's not just a cinema. The response from the fans was fantastic. And also from the publishers. the challenge has been that the rights I have from Microsoft don't give me the ability to do a Sony version of the game. And that makes it very difficult for publishers from an economic standpoint because, you know, a good percentage, roughly 30% of the market, 35% of the market is Sony. And without that revenue, the economics are difficult. So I'm hopeful that we find a publisher that can find the right economics to make that game work and that we're able to actually to make that game. But we'll have to see. So at the moment, no definite news.
Is there any chance to get in a new Crimson Skies or Shadowrun video game?
Well, hope is eternal. I did license those rights back for both the Crimson Skies and Shadowrun properties from Microsoft. And I am talking to publishers about different types of platforms and games. And I'm hopeful, but again, at the moment, nothing in development and no concrete timetable. So unfortunately, no positive concrete news that I can give you at the moment.
You've been into game development for 30 years. What can you expect in the future? What's your opinion?
Well, gaming has changed an enormous amount in the 30 years that I've been designing games. You know, when I first started, the computer gaming industry was very, very small, and I've enjoyed playing a part in seeing that grow very large, but continue to really enjoy role-playing and tabletop gaming. Over that period, we've seen our industry, the tabletop and role-playing industries, has had a difficult time as computers offer more and more similar experiences. I don't think they'll ever be as rich as an experience as people at the same table with their imaginations engaged. The software can never reflect what our imaginations can. So it'll never fully replace what we do. But I do think that we as designers need to take advantage of some of the benefits of the fact that all of us now have supercomputers in our pockets and use those find uses for those to enhance our social gaming, our role-playing gaming, our tabletop gaming. You know, I think that there's an interesting cross-section to be had, and those are the things that I'm personally excited about developing, and I think, you know, as foolish it is to ever make a prediction, because the one thing you can be sure of is if you make a prediction, you're wrong, is that we will see more kinds of development that use both the benefits of face-to-face socialization and technology.
Thank you very much, and yeah, a great future.
Thank you very much for the time.